What's happening, everyone? This is Tom, and this is the Moto G. I'm sure many of you are aware of it by now. I've actually done a few videos on it. If you're not aware, I'll link those videos in a playlist down below in the description, so you can go and check that out. It's actually Motorola's budget smartphone. It comes in at just $175 for an 8GB off-contract version, so very, very cheap, and this is the 5 reasons why I love it. Okay, so we're going to kick things off looking at the display, and the display on this phone is miles ahead of its price range, and that's a pretty recurring theme with this device. Its display packs a resolution of 1280 by 720, which means it has a pixel density on the 4.5-inch display of 329 pixels per inch. To help put that into perspective, the iPhone 5 and 5S actually come with a resolution of 1136 by 640 on a 4-inch display, which means they pack a resolution of 326 pixels per inch. Obviously, the display on the iPhone 5 is slightly higher quality, but it is actually a slightly lower resolution, which, depending on your preference, could well mean a more enjoyable viewing experience on the Moto G. Pretty crazy that a $179 phone comes toe-to-toe with a $649 phone off contract. Obviously, it's not going to compete with displays like the HTC One or the Samsung Galaxy S4, those beautiful 1080p monsters. However, it does perform exceptionally for the price. A logical progression from the display quality then is the size of the handset itself. As you can see here, I have it next to an HTC One. The HTC One has a 4.8-inch display, and it sits in a relatively similar form factor. It's very, very comfortable to hold. The Moto G is a joy to use from that point of view. You can also see it here compared to an iPhone 5, and it's very impressive that they managed to squeeze a 4.5-inch display into something relatively in the same footprint as the iPhone 5 itself. Obviously, you are making some compromises in form of the weight and also the thickness, but it's a small price to pay. Let's talk a little bit about the software as well. This is a huge reason why someone will want to buy the Moto G. It's running pretty much stock Android. You get a few Motorola applications on here, but the general user interface, the general experience, is as close to stock as you're going to get unless you order a Nexus device or a Google Play Edition device, and it's all for $179. It's pretty unbelievable when you think about it. This is running Android 4.3, and upgrades to Android 4.4 KitKat have been promised in early next year, 2014, so look out for that. So let's talk a little bit about performance as well. The combination of Android 4.3, Project Butter and the like, and the hardware packed inside this, it's actually rocking a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400. That's a quad-core CPU, which is incredible considering the price of this phone. It also packs 1 gig of RAM, and just goes to show how good the optimizations are within Android now, that I've literally had no lag or stuttering with the Moto G thus far. The only time I've had one issue was on typing, and I was tweeting on it, but it's really no big deal, and as I said, that was a one-off instance. And I'm sure many of you guessed the last reason why I absolutely love the Moto G, I've mentioned it a few times already, is the price. This smartphone is incredible for the price Motorola are selling it at. I actually picked this up here in the UK for £130. It's $180 unlocked, off contract in America. And this phone is good. It's a good smartphone. It is not a fantastic, exceptional smartphone, but it is being sold for a budget-end, cheapo smartphone price that has taken many cuts in its production to achieve that pricing range. Of course, it's not going to match Android kings like the S4 or the HTC One, but it's pretty close considering the huge gap in their pricing. If you made it to this point in the video, guys, I really appreciate a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, and I'll catch you next time.